Recently I did a story at the village at Pickles Gap, and I rounded this corner and I saw wood, and I saw chainsaws, and I saw critters, and I saw the wings of an eagle, and I wanted to meet the owners.
So the last time you were here, I noticed that you were really into the eagles and the owls and the wood carving, and so I wanted you to come back and try your hand at carving. Normally we start with this. This is our blocking saw.
Oh my.
This is our carving saw. This is our electric saw. This will be your saw. So which one are you thinking on trying to carve today?
Let's go with an owl.
First things first, we got to pick out a piece of wood for you. At the age of 6, we went to a little town called Jasper, and I've seen an older gentleman sitting with a Barlow pocket knife whittling out carving. I wanted to do that. All right, what you have here is eastern cedar.
Now that he's rolled in my piece of wood, we're gonna get down to carving.
I went to school, looking at a piece of chalk, and I thought, I bet I can carve that into a little man. When I got done with it, the little boy next to me said, I want that, I'll buy it from you. I sold all of my chalk by cutting it up and carving it into little pieces, and then that Christmas I got a pocket knife, and that's where I started carving. And I've been doing all kinds of stuff. This is called the block owl. You can tell that it's going to be an owl. It's not right now, but it's going to be. This is, I left this. This is what we would call a character piece. And this is a limb that was sticking off perfectly where his feet are going to be down here. So I'm going to show Theba how to smooth the edges on the block out cut. About 4 years ago, a lady I've known all my life called me and asked if I did a chainsaw carving. I said, yeah, sure. I didn't even own a chainsaw. So in the middle of carving an eagle in her front yard, I had 5 people in the neighborhood contract me to do 5 more carvings. Last year at this time, in September, I had teamed up with Alex Ward, and we became custom log carvings. And I was working out of my father-in-law's barn, and it caught fire and burnt to the ground. I lost pretty much everything. And from then forward, here we are.
Now that he's got that high-tech sander, you can really smell the cedar. You can see how Lee used some technique to start the feathers. And now I'm gonna try to do the same here.
Push it round and round. Push. All right, the last thing we do before we oil the piece, once we've torched it, is we use this called Sandoflex Flap Sander.
Wow, he has put in a lot of work on that owl today, with a lot of visitors who've come by to place orders for stuff, and just to look at his work, it's stunning. Now I have the pleasure of putting the final touch, which is the oil, and then I get to take her home. I am so grateful for this opportunity.
Theba, look at you.
Can you believe that thing's in my backyard?
That is beautiful.
You know, that was sort of a bucket list. I say sort of because I don't usually make bucket lists.
Right.
But that is a bucket list thing.
That's a bucket list item. So you thought you were going to go in and carve something about this big.
I thought he would sit me down with that little chainsaw. And that when we were there earlier, we saw these wood about like this, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And I'll get his instruction, but no. And so look at this lovely thing.
This is gorgeous.
Business partner and son did while we were working. Like,
oh,
it was like making a cup of coffee for them.
Yeah, they can create some beautiful, huge items in a very short amount of time. I mean, they know what they're doing. They're very talented. I liked a lot of the big kind of, I mean, people's names, you know, you can get Christmas items there, but he was saying that you better go ahead and order those now, or maybe even yesterday, if you want them by Christmas. But you could get, you know, the Kings, and it could go over the entrance to your driveway, but just some really great items.
I was actually impressed with how quickly. Now, we would have been, if you heard, we would have been done like 2 hours ago, but that was, I think I went on a Friday, I think. I can't even remember now, but so many people stop by.
Oh yeah,
either to check on
very popular.
Their work or to put in orders. So I was like, business first, and I would just sit around and just be amazed. But my next project with him is I took that old owl that's been laying over there rotting, and we're gonna
refurbish
it.
Well, yeah, we noticed that he did a lot of new items and a lot of requests that people have, and he also refurbishes items that are all over the state and beyond. So if there's an older item like we have here, he'll bring it in and fix it up and make it look like new. So yeah, very, very cool.
Thank you,
I'm glad
Lee.
you got that. And yeah, people need to stop by the village at Pickles Gap and